you know, dicey. You don't want people to be like, oh, that's the same guy talking to the same guy. Exactly. But you know, you got to sort of trust the director on that one. If they think that it'll work, go for it.
And for both of you, what was the most embarrassing moment when you played a character? Like, when was like a moment where you were saying something you screwed up? Like, did they erase it, or did you have to continue going on?
When we screw up, we sort of keep going on.
Usually, I mean, we make bloopers. I mean, we've all sort of gotten tongue-tied when we were trying to say something.
You'll rarely ever see those. You know, every time you know, usually in the booth when you're recording, I mean, there aren't mirrors in there or anything, so you can't see yourself, which is good. Because if you actually saw how ridiculous you looked in there, jumping around and making faces and stuff, standing in front of the microphone, that would embarrass me. I'm glad I can't see myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything embarrassing about doing a character. I'm an actor. I don't think so.
If we got embarrassed easily, we'd probably pick some other sort of job.
Yeah.
And one last thing, can you say, okay, you know when Naruto and Sasuke found the final valley, can you say Naruto's name as he was about to hit Naruto with the Chidori?
Wait.
I'm gonna back the mic off though. I'm not going to use the mic at all.
Of both of you guys, and what do you think about the storytelling and the character development of both Monster and Hellsing Ultimate?
And Hellsing Ultimate.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I think from a storytelling point of view, it's really fascinating because you're following characters that you normally don't get to follow in traditional media, and I think that's really exciting. You know, usually we're stuck just following, oh, this is the good guy, this is the good guy's arc, this is what he's going to do, and they really did a good job, and I think that's also true of Hellsing, but they did a really good job of saying, these are fascinating characters, there are good people and bad people in our story, but we're going to unanimously just follow the interesting characters because they're interesting and they have something to say, and I like that. I mean, life does not follow rules. It doesn't save you because you're good and punish you because you're bad, necessarily. Sometimes we hope, you know, but it doesn't necessarily. And so I think it's good sometimes that our entertainment and our media does the same thing. So I think it's good.
Yeah, and similarly in Hellsing Ultimate, you know, it's mostly bad guys. You know, it's not a lot of heroic figures, and it's really sort of dark and gory and gruesome and hideous, you know, for a lot of it.
Right here.
And I like that stuff. So it made me really happy, and I'm glad that certain shows are happy shows, and certain shows are less happy shows. It does not end well for my character. No spoilers, but it does not end well for Pip. But yeah, I'm glad you.
All right, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
And because of the length of the line, we'll just try to answer quicker.
We'll go a little faster.
Considering all of the characters who each have played, if you could switch jobs for a day and play one of your spouse's characters, who would you want to play?
Oh.
Am I allowed to talk about that one that you just did with the... Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick something else then. She's got a video game.
I would play Ben 10. I like Ben.
Like Ben on Ben 10?
I like Ben on Ben 10. I would play Ben. Or I would just be Yuri, because that's cool.
And I might play Wonder Woman just because Wonder Woman's hot. I always had a crush on Lily Carter when I was growing up. She was Wonder Woman on TV. Yeah, that might be.
Okay.
No, that'd just be weird. But that's still my answer.
Thank you.
Hi.
I have a question for Yuri.
Do it.
What is your favorite character besides Sasuke in Naruto?
In Naruto?
Answer carefully.
You know, I mean, right. I mean, Tamari at home. But there's something that I've always loved about Guy Sensei. You know, show is there's so many cool characters on it, it's hard to pick somebody that is like your favorite.
I just want to be Rock Lee.
Totally want to be Rock Lee, just for the eyebrows on it.
I have one more question.
Okay.
What is the worst character in your mind for Naruto?
Like the worst, like the most evil character, or the character that annoys us the most? The second one.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't say that because all my friends play those roles, and if I say that, oh, it's so-and-so, it's gonna hit the internet, and I'm gonna go back, and they're gonna say, you said.
Let me just say that I'm glad they got rid of Believe It after a while. That was a little annoying. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a question for both of you.
Yes.
And it's kind of a little personal, but
Do it.
when you're just starting out as voice actors and actresses, can you describe the hardships you've been through to get to this point? Where you're
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
It comes down to, well, a lot of things, but there's a lot of rejection in this business.
That's not just when you're starting out. We still audition for things and don't get them.
Yeah. The brutal reality is even if you're successful and you're doing really well, you still won't get 90 to 95% of the jobs that you audition for. So you just gotta come to terms with those numbers and not take it personally, because in the beginning, especially until you start to feel, more comfortable, more relaxed in it, it's really hard to have people say, no, we're not choosing. Because we're certainly growing up, we're led to believe that if you go up for something and you don't win, if you don't get chosen, then that reflects on you personally. That means you did a bad job, or they don't like you, or you're not good enough, which is not the case, because there just aren't enough jobs.
They can't cast 500 people to be the one role.
And certain people are just going to be more naturally right for something. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they weren't as good as the next person, but they might have been a better fit. And so that's hard. And in the beginning, and at times throughout your career, it can be hard to make a living. That.
There's always ups and downs. You're going to have times when things are going really well, and then you're going to have times when things don't go as well, and that's just life. That's how it works.
It's not a sure thing. You don't get like an active contract, and you're like, oh, well, here's going to be your salary for the year, as long as you just keep showing up to work at 9 a.m.
Yeah, there's no guarantees. That's the hardest thing I think about being an actor, is even when you're doing the job that you're currently cast in, you're unemployed because you don't have the next job. So there's a constant state of being unemployed. You're always unemployed, because even if you're working right now, as soon as you leave the section you're in, you don't have your next job. And so you're always going on job interviews. You're not getting most of them. You're getting rejected. And then there's no guarantee you're going to make money the next day. So that's the hardest.
Right. So you're like, so why do you do it?
Because it's awesome.
Because when you're working, it's awesome. It's so awesome that it makes us, it makes us suffer for the rest of us.
All right, we're going to try to go as fast. Do you have another question?
I know this is really good.
Okay.
What is one role that you tried for, but that you wish you got?
Oh, I mean, we've been fired from jobs.
Yeah, and every day I audition for stuff that
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every animated show on television right now I've auditioned for. So I didn't get them.
Right.
No, what I mean, like, the ones I have. So, like, I didn't get the rest of those. So that sucks, because I wanted to be on them. But, I got the ones that I got. So that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
I was excited.
No, you're just too manly for these rooms.
Okay, my question's for you, Yuri. How does it feel playing a character like Ricky Marcius from Moses Gundam Unicorn? And how do you prepare for the role? Did you watch some Gundam series like Dodo, Wing, the original Zeta,
I haven't watched all the iterations of Gundam throughout the years, but I've watched a lot of them. And so I already felt like I had a little bit of background. And all the things that were also mech related, but that weren't Gundam, Robotech and Macross, and all that stuff. So I feel I have a certain familiarity with the world. For Riddy, I didn't know about the story until I came in, and then working with Stephanie Shea and Mike Nicholas, who are sort of producing and directing that project. They gave me the background.
Because we record simultaneously with Japan, so you can't pre-watch it.
Yeah, they're producing in Japan at the same time, and so they would fill me in on, oh, here's what's happening with his family, and here's what his father did, and that's why you're angrier in this part, or that's why you're kind of cocky or whatever. So it's much less about them preparing before I go in and much more about listening to the characters.
Okay, since this is my first anime convention, hello, my friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I get you to, like I said before, I'm a Gundam fan, so can I get you to say, or yell, it's a Gundam for me, please?
Oh. Yeah. It's a Gundam!
Thank you so much, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Gundam that's over 9,000!
You are wonderful, sir.
Alright, this question's for Yuri. I've been doing some amateur voice acting for a couple years, and I do really deep, demonic voices. You know, super aggressive, kind of like testosterone-filled voices. But after like 10 minutes, my voice is completely just destroyed.
Use your diaphragm.
Yeah, I tried to. How do I fix this?
Well, are you placing it in your throat or are you placing it in your stomach?
Whoa!
I'm talking about your voice. Guys, I'm talking about your voice.
You gotta sacrifice for your art, so let's say.
It's about right here. It's about, I have about the same microphone as this one. I have a...
I'm like somebody just punched you in the gut. I'm just somebody... I'm just somebody punched you in the gut. Punching you in the gut. Yeah. From there, that's what you're gonna do.
You'll be able to maintain a lot more if you do it from deeper down than up here because it's really fragile. And if you do something that's, right up here, that's, that only lives up in here, it sounds awesome for like 5
2 minutes.
You can't do it anymore, right? And that can be embarrassing in a job situation because you can audition with that voice and they're like, that guy, I love that guy. And then you come in, you do 5 minutes, you're like, sorry guys, that's all I got. And they're like, yeah, but you have 4 hours. So you want to develop that kind of stamina or learn how to place your voice in where so you can do those voices because clearly that's something that you're good at, but so that you can maintain. One of the things that actually, 2 things I think that's helped both of us. The theater training we had is all about voice placement and being able to.
You can do breathing exercises to strengthen your stomach.
That helps.
And my martial arts background actually, in a weird way, helped me because there's a lot of, from the gut, it's a lot of, all that stuff, and it comes from right here sort of automatically.
Right. Paulo, do you want to hear it? You want to hear it one line?
Do you guys want to hear it?
Yeah. All right. If anyone plays League of Legends, it's actually Forrest's voice.
My work is not done.
Learn to be able to do that a lot, and it will probably work.
Thank you.
No problem.
I was like that. I actually have 2 questions to show both of you.
Do it.
Question number 1, do you guys read manga?
We read manga?
Do y'all read manga?
No.
But I mean,
We don't have time.
I used to read manga. When I was living in Japan, I read a lot of manga. But yeah, like Karen said, we just don't have, we're making stuff.
We have our own production company.
It's hard to read stuff and watch
Making
stuff.
movies and web series.
And play stuff. Yeah.
No.
And question number 2, warrior, wizard, or thief?
Can I be a wizard warrior?
Can't you be a wizard warrior?
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Can't I be a magical warrior? I don't think that's too much to ask.
Don't you think that's a little cheat?
A little cheat?
Cheat, yeah.
Well,
No. I think it's awesome.
has anybody played Dragon's Dogma? Yeah. Well, I think then the answer is wizard.
There we go.
For me, anyway.
Alrighty, and what I was saying.
Okay, cool. We're gonna try to get through you guys as fast as we can. So let's go fast with our questions. I just want to make sure everyone gets the answer. Hi, yeah.
Right, no, YouTube wants this. YouTube will wait.
I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Why is it that you tend to play, most of your characters try to kill their best friends?
Yeah, why do you try to do that?
Like, you killed me at the end.
It's a weird sort of thing. I don't know if it has anything to do with typecasting. I've never actually killed one of my friends that you know of. Yeah, it's weird, you know, in a similar way, when Kristen and I are hanging out, he's like, why is it that I always play your older brother? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's like in everything. You know, you find certain patterns and for whatever reason, you fall into, I don't know.
What's your second question?
When I was growing up, one of my favorite shows was Legion of Superheroes.
Yes!
And I loved you as Superman. So how did it feel to be Superman? Because he's one of my favorite characters ever.
There is nothing like being Superman. I'm proud to be able to say that. And when I got cast as Superman, I thought, oh, well, I guess I can retire now. I mean, like, that's something that you work up to over, an entire lifetime, career. And I got to play Superman. It was awesome. And that show was so good. And I'm sad that it was sort of a victim of bad timing and mismanagement. Because we only got to do 26 episodes, it was done, but it had great writing and all the actors.
Beautiful animation.
Yeah, the animation was great, and great stories, good storytelling, and it was too bad. Also, I'm sad that it died out before I got to get toys. They didn't make any good action figures, except the ones in the McDonald's Happy Meal,
which I bought all of them.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
Thank you.
Two of my friends, they live far away, but they're huge fans of you, so can you say hi Hannah, hi Beth?
Hi Hannah. Hi Hannah, hi Beth. I'm sorry you're not here with all of us, but now you sort of are. We have 10 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to go fast. Okay.
I apologize for being quick, but I'm going to try to get through everybody.
Yes, your question.
Hi.
Hey.
I just wanted to say I love your work in Persona series.
Thank you.
You're awesome. This is a question I've been wondering for a very long time. I imagine that when you're voice acting, you're kind of like in a room with like maybe one other person or another, or maybe two. And I just wonder if it's ever uncomfortable to make like grunting sounds, or like moaning sounds, like when you're making fight scenes and stuff like that. You just have to sort of get over it.
Yeah, because you do look ridiculous. And if you think about it too much, yeah.
And there are sessions when you have other actors in the room and you all sort of make a noise and then you laugh about it and you get on with it. You just sort of gotta keep going because it's not about that. Yeah, but good question.
It's awkward though.
Yes.
Me and my brother were both big fans of the Persona series, so
cool.
Tara, if you could do your best Matsuri voice, if you could tell my brother John to see, you need to see him after school.
John, I need to see you after school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it wrong that I turned me on to? My name isn't even John.
Yes.
Hi.
Believe it.
Yeah. Believe it.
Okay, sorry. She wasn't wrong.
Sorry. Believe it.
Believe it, loser.
All right, yes.
What was your favorite line as Sasuke and Tamari?
Well, local hottie.
Please, can you do in your character, an original character voice, please, before Nedra did something done by unleashing the C2 to Dragon, please?
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Doing their original voices so Nedra doesn't do anything dumb before he unleashes his C2 Dragon.
Oh, okay, but I want you to please.
Wait, you said you wanted a line from... I just did it. Did you not hear me? A different one? But that one was my favorite. Okay, I'll do it again. Well, local hottie.
I like that one because she's talking about Sasuke.
Yeah. Yeah, she did Mario.
And Sasuke has all sorts of I'm gonna throw you a curveball. I'm gonna young Sasuke because he can be annoying. Big brother! Big brother! You weren't expecting that, were you?
Thanks, guys.
Hey. No, I'm not a cat.
Hi, I have a question. My best friend Chelsea couldn't be here, and she's like in love with Sasuke. So could you like in your Sasuke voice just say hi Chelsea or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi Chelsea, I'm sorry you couldn't be here, but luckily the rest of Houston is. And you can always, I guess, ask her what it was all about. But we missed you, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Hi guys. You guys are really, really great, and I was just wondering, I understand 100% if it's no, but could I just take a selfie with you guys?
What?
A selfie?
Oh, okay, so I said this earlier, maybe everybody's here. We're literally doing autographs following this. So if you go to the autograph room down the hall, in 5 minutes, we're doing autographs. So you can come get pictures taken with us and get your autographs. But we can't do it in, run. Also, just so you guys know, we have 10 copies each of our season 1 through 3 and season 4 shelf life DVDs with us. So when we brought 20 in total, if you guys want to get them, we have them.
Right, but yeah, we'll totally
But thanks for the question. Okay, yes, we're trying to get through you guys in 5 minutes. Hi.
Quick question.
Yes.
What hopbies and kind of jobs do you guys have outside of voice acting?
Love that question. Hobbies, jobs.
Well, I read a lot. I also happen to be a hypnotherapist, and because I like to study and I get to read as often as I can. And we have a production company, and with our production company, we've done 2 feature films, we've done 4 seasons of Shelf Life, we also have a publishing arm, and we've published a book on voiceover, and also we've published Yuri's noir crime
Fiction novella.
Tough City. So
I love movies, and so I watch a lot of movies, and I collect toys, and I write. So those are those.
Thank you. Yes, hi.
What up? All right. One, can you admit that it's your fault that Kamina died?
Oh man, that's so sad. I'll never admit that it's my fault that Kamina died.
It was your fault.
That was his choice.
It was your fault.
That was his choice.
Two, if there was any other voice actor you could be, who would it be? Even Steve Bloom.
Oh yeah, Steve Bloom in a heartbeat.
Steve Bloom's pretty awesome.
Yeah, if I could be another voice actor, it'd be Steve Bloom in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I would be Steve Bloom too.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Hi.
Hi, how's it going? I have a question for Yuri.
Do it.
I don't know if too many people know this, but you played a few roles in Fallout New Vegas.
A few?
All of them?
Well, most of them. But I was wondering, when you play a role with multiple voice actors, do you have to invest more time into the story?
Yeah, when I play, like in a video game, sometimes I can play several different roles. Especially if they have a huge cast because they can't afford to hire one actor per role.
The non-player,
Yeah, the NPC characters. It's definitely much more of a time investment. Because they ask us to keep coming back to do lots and lots of different characters.
From what I understand, it took a couple years for them to finish Fallout New Vegas. So
Yeah, but I would say I worked on Fallout New Vegas for maybe like 9 days.
9 days, really?
That's a lot for a game. Okay.
Thank you.
We're just, we gotta. Okay, one more question, and then if the rest of you can bring your questions to the autograph, they will be happy to answer.
Sorry, we were trying to go as fast as we could. Yes.
Oh my god, I got it.
Okay, do it.
Your costume is amazing.
Thank you very much. One thing, Yuri, could you admit Ben said to Kevin that was it no smoothie for you? Could you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. No smoothie for you!
Okay,
Thank you guys for,
what inspired you guys to write voiceover voice acting?